My first science experiment. The universe might be a giant loop. My god. Size comparison between a chicken egg and a whale egg. Chickens don't lay eggs. The birds. Sharing to educate, because not many people know. Leopard, cheetah, jaguar. It doesn't matter. You just have to run for your life when you see one of them. On a scale of cells, how do you feel today? Officer, I'm telling you, speed is relative. Spiders are the only web developers in the world that enjoy finding bugs. While we sleep, our brain makes up stories and then gets scared of them. Mine does that when I'm awake. What did evolution mean by this? Just want it to be annoying. Remember, the higher you go, the further it'll have to travel. Tell me again about how we're designed to eat meat. Carnivore, omnivore, herbivore, human. Haven't really researched into this topic, but as far as I know, humans don't typically kill animals with their teeth. I'm no biologist though. When someone insults you by saying that you have IQ of room temperature, laughs in Kelvin. Nobody. Australia wildlife. There are more hydrogen atoms in a single molecule of water than there are stars in our entire solar system. Discovering something new. Physics, chemistry, biology. Well, 90% of the time it's microbes that do nothing. Science. First step. Mess around. Second step, find out. Remember kids, the only difference between screwing around in science is writing it down. Sperm caught breaking Newton's third law of motion. Arctic walrus takes a nap on an iceberg, wakes up in Ireland. Being dead, being alive. Schrödinger's cat. Bro, if Isaac Newton invented gravity because an apple fell on his head, how did the apple fall with no gravity? Why it's a bad idea to major in physics. The math is hard. You'll never enjoy action movies again, as you'll always notice the wrong physics. Own a dog and you'll live longer, science says. Woman shot by Labrador puppy. So that was a lie. The water on Mars vanished. This might be where it went. Nestle stole it all. I heard Mars has no atmosphere. Could we create an atmosphere by dimming the lights and playing smooth jazz? Gonna tell my kids I lived through this. 2012. Me. Yes, you were in my belly. Why? Why did you eat me? I told my son, you were once an egg in my belly. He didn't give any reaction that time, but the day after, he was crying so hard and asked me, am I your son or a chicken's? Why do we use U as the symbol for potential energy? Is there a hidden meaning behind the U? Like KE is for kinetic energy, because you have a lot of potential. The fact our planet doesn't get heavier with buildings because all the materials used to build were already here. When I was like 10, I learned that splitting an atom will make a nuclear explosion. And for a long time, I got really stressed out whenever I had to cut anything because like, what if I hit an atom at just the right angle? Is a physics degree worth it? I'm a flat earther. Should I major in physics? Me. I'm going to go to bed early tonight. Me at 3 a.m. Do ghosts have teeth? Pro tip, instead of cooking your turkey for 4 hours at 350 degrees Fahrenheit tomorrow, save some time by cooking it for 1 second at 5 million degrees. Does it actually work? Thermodynamics enjoyers. Horse daily sleep, 2.9 hours. Horses, students, sleeping 3 hours. Salt can't be the only delicious rock. I'm going to eat rocks to find the good ones. I bet they're trying to keep them from us. Do pigeons have teeth? Oxygen and potassium went for a date, and it's totally okay. Don't tell me. Yesterday I saw oxygen with magnesium, and I was like, oh my god, he is cheating on potassium. Actually, oxygen doesn't care because he had sulfur, so... Nitrogen tried to flirt with oxygen, and she said no. The best evidence I can muster that humans are smarter than cats is that we don't chase laser dots on the carpet. Oh, says a man whose career is based on studying tiny pinpoints of light in the sky. The two most important life-saving laws. No smoking, don't speak French. Bonjour, je m'appelle. He was born for this. Andrew, drink water. Water Research Center. Got the perfect job. Artificial intelligence is evolving by itself. That's another one for the apocalypse bingo. Someday, we may be able to terraform Mars, allowing humans to be miserable on multiple planets. My mum, study so you don't have to wash dishes for a living. Me. Scientists say that women with bigger butts give birth to smaller kids. Your mama's butt is so big, you got an IQ of 140. Shut up, Carl. You've got 180. Bill Gates dropped out of college too. Bro, I know you guys see that. Dare. Sodium, an explosive metal. Chlorine, a deadly gas. Table salt. Quantum mechanics will revolutionize the field of science forever. Using quantum mechanics to prove that traps aren't gay. I think I'm addicted to calculus. No one. Movie directors. When there's science they can't explain. I bet the quantum physics did this. My brain at 3 a.m. Every mistake I've made since 2014. That's not how trains work. accident incoming. Scientists find massive cloud of alcohol in space, enough to fill over 400 trillion pints of beer. Moon at daytime. 6-year-old science class people. Wait, this is beyond illegal. Can't wait until my son enters those middle school science fairs. Screw the volcano, guys. We're cooking drugs. Best dad ever. Single bee is making an immortal clone army thanks to a genetic fluke. This is not okie dokie. The moon is actually more useful than the sun, since the moon gives us light at night when it's dark. The sun only gives us light in the day when it's already bright. Your science is blowing my mind. Admit it, this never found or solved any problems. I thought I was tripping. What the hell are you supposed to do at a blue light? How I thought doing quantum physics would be like. How it actually is. Mr. Beast's fiance, Thea Boson, has degrees in law, neuroscience, and psychology. Chill, my mum is gonna think I'm a failure. Electron spin explained. Imagine a ball that's rotating, except it's not a ball and it's not rotating. Science class according to Hollywood. Science class in real life. Melting points. Gold, tungsten, my heart seeing you smile. 5-minute easy school science projects. Starter pack. Do you like me? Will you date me? Will you marry me? Will you accept half of my chromosomes? Mercury in physics and Mercury in chemistry. Urine having a built-in color spectrum to let you know your current hydration level is not only subtle, but some real intuitive game design. You will never understand physics if you sit with a book and pen. You need to get up and start experiencing it. Theoretical physicists. 1-minute Photoshop. Create dramatic black and white. People who don't know. People who know. Scientist. My discoveries are useless if taken out of context. Media. Scientist claimed that discoveries are useless. Carbon. The rest of the elements. Can't you do something about your superiority complex? But I am superior. No one. Flies when they land on something. Motivation. I tried this and my chocolates expired. Bad idea, guys. I love you. You make my cardiac muscle pump blood through my vascular system really quickly. Me. Nice car. Yeah, 400 horsepower. That's like 7,000 ducks. What? 400 horsepower to duck power. 15 days in supermarket. 2 days at home. Nuclear power plant. Look inside. Oh, it's boiling water. Every time I come to my gym, this man is helping this employee with calculus. This is how they get almond milk. Me, it's 70 degrees. Americans, Europeans, physicists, scientists, mathematicians. Day 1 of organic chemistry. Day 30. It was a huge disappointment as a child to fall in love with the stars and then find out how much math it requires to get anywhere near them. Shout out to everyone that had a dream career or ideal life but were roadblocked by math. Evolution, can you give me higher order thinking to avoid predators? Yes. Actually develops childlike desire to play in snow. It's sliding time. What did one cell say to his sister that stepped on his toe? Mitosis. I want to die. You want to die because of this pun or you just want to die? When guys have a bath, does their pee-pee float or sink? I was going to answer this, but I've been sat here for a good 2 minutes thinking. I can't remember. Go take a bath. What are you doing? Science is on the line. It sinks. It's full of blood. What do you expect it to do? Perform acrobats like it's a shamu? Scientists discover mysterious virus in Brazil with no known genes they can identify. Science can't really explain why animals need to sleep. The best and least controversial explanation for it is because we get sleepy. I once read that the natural state is asleep, and we only wake up so we can find sustenance and safety if necessary. Makes sense because for a living being to exist on the most minimal energy requirement, sleep is the most ideal state. So the correct question is, why do we wake up? Science confirms Plato's theory. Earth is made of cubes. Minecraft players? First time, Kevin is doing some science. This is science in itself. Roses are red. I wasn't born in May. Scientists successfully teach gorilla. It will die someday. Science will never explain the origin of science. Scientific meltdown. Me, getting into science. Math. I haven't touched math in years and I'm a science major. Now I struggle with simple addition and depression. Thank you for making me feel scientist. I'm just a toy battery. For those who don't believe in unicorns. Hey, guess what? Get doxed, bozo. This your place? What the hell? How did you find my home planet? Wow, I can't believe the good guys won every war. That's nuts. Gamers. I can't play. I have 100 ping. NASA scientists controlling a rover with 240,000 to 1.4 million ping. I feel personally attacked. Even science doesn't know why you freaks choose inverted controls. Bats can hear shapes. Plants can eat light. Bees can dance maps. We hold all these ideas at once and feel both heavy and weightless with the absurd beauty of it all. I love science. It's handed peer-reviewed journal. No, I meant CGI pictures of space with misattributed quotes as captions. Science. Girls usually stutter when they're around guys they like. Girls when they're around me. Why do meteors always land in craters? Top 10 questions science still can't answer when you're taking your science final and you don't don't see any questions about what the mitochondria is. Years of academy training wasted. Science says students should be getting 8 hours of sleep. Schools, we write at dawn, you booty idiots. Move over, Danny Dorito. It's Bill Nye the Science Fry. A language lesson from your friendly neighborhood aquarium. Fish, fish, fishes. Scientists may have unwittingly spotted Planet 9 in our solar system. My science teacher explaining to me how to dispose of a dead human body. He loves going to depth on silly student questions so he didn't suspect a thing. Who threw their diploma? Elementary schools and TV cartoon shows be like, the students, their science project. Dinosaurs watching asteroids miss Earth every time. The real reason evolution started. Don't walk away when I'm talking to you. A surgeon, a plastic surgeon. Born too late too, born too early too, but born just in time for meat without food. Who are you? Who are so wise in the ways of science? Science has gone too far. A science teacher from rural Kenya, who donated most of his salary to help poorer students, has been crowned the world's best teacher and awarded a $1 million prize, beating 10,000 nominations from 179 countries. This guy and Jesus. Just want to say, I'm a huge fan. I tried to follow the science, but it was simply not there. I then followed the money. That's where I found the science. The smart kid saying that plasma is also a state of matter. The science teacher saying that the 3 states of matter are solid, liquid, and gas. Me, who knows that there are also other states like New York, Washington, Alabama, Florida. Employees must applaud the planets. When you wake up in the morning, booting in insecure mode. 2 Earthlings, 2003. Oh, so this is one of those paintings where it's actually the title that knocks you into next Tuesday, huh? Photo taken from a Florida science textbook. Phone launch events 10 years ago. We've completely redesigned the Chasis. 2 times faster than the last phone. It's thinner and lighter with a bigger screen. By the way, we're gonna add biometric security. Phone launch events today. We also rearranged the cameras a bit. We made it 2% faster. Oh yeah, you don't need a power brick. A Nobel Prize for Physics 2020, attributed to Dr. Katsav for demonstrating how black holes are formed. Just learned that magnolias are so old that they're pollinated by beetles because they existed before bees. They existed before beetles. Ginkgos are so unutterably ancient that the entire class of bugs that pollinated their flowers no longer exist, nor do the creatures their fruits are designed for. They make do with wind and modern replacements, but everyone they developed alongside are long gone. How paleontologists dry clothes. Hey, do the dishes. Why? Because I said so. Why? Stop asking why. FX. Proof that there was space for Jack. I found an application for my research. Earth map we have, an Earth map aliens have. Physics. Oh, that textbook is outdated. It was written before Newtonian mechanics. Chemistry. Oh, that textbook is obsolete. It was written before the electron was discovered. Mathematics. That textbook was written thousands of years ago. It's still as useful and relevant as ever. College students leaving their entire net worth unattended to get some snacks. 2014. AI will take over the world. 2024. The fossil is not the animal. The fossil is not the bones of the animal. The fossil is the stone's memory of the bones of the animal. And that's a poetry older than words. The teacher left class for 5 minutes. Babe, please stop. You're not a math teacher. After 5 years of tireless work, my thesis is finally finished. University checker says 90% AI. I wrote every word. My brother explained Rust a little too scientifically for 2nd grade English. My something, I don't even know what they're saying. It is very old. Literally no one. No one! Humans when they are a year closer to death. If you're mad and find yourself yelling that you want someone launched into the sun, take a moment, calm yourself, and remember it takes a lot less Delta 5 to launch them out of the solar system instead. You can be mad, but that's no excuse to be inefficient with propellant. Terry, quick, make a wish. I wish for 1,000 wishes. Terry, what the hell? To be is to do. Socrates. To do is to be. Do. Plants outside. Concrete, cozy. Plants inside. Is this tap water? I'm allergic. Substituting at a preschool and forcing them to watch this. Top 10 hybrid animals that actually exist. My living room corner. Wall, floor, wall. Roman bridge built in 104 AD. Bridge in the Philippines. V equals volume. V also equals velocity. And V also equals electric potential difference. Organic chemistry. Why is it when something happens, it's always you three? Oxygen, carbon, hydrogen. When you're in biology and read hemoglobin instead of hemoglobin. You look hot. You, eyes fire. Your atoms seem to have a lot of kinetic energy. What's on your mind? In reality, plants are actually farming us by giving us oxygen daily until we eventually decompose so they can consume us. Government, work at home, marine biologists. Due to reduced air pollution, we can finally see Pluto. Imagine studying with this view. Knowing my attention span, I'll just start counting people on the street. How to take a bath without water in winter. Google, me. Yes, I did a photo shoot with my thesis. Longest labor ever. There are 3 words. There are no 3 words better than I love you. Assume ideal gas. Assume incomprehensible flow. Steady state operation. Nobody. My brain mixing up the concepts after studying. Fully charged. I feel totally safe using Tesla autopilot. Programmers. Who the hell sorts months alphabetically? X and Y after betraying the alphabet to join numbers. Literally no one. Physics books. Assume that a penguin is a circular cylinder. People act like this is so hard. I'm 15 and yeah, I do have a really high IQ. 150s. And I can easily do integrated calculus in my head and easily calculate the amount of valence electrons in a nucleus. And I'm also highly trained in quantum physics. By the way, I'm totally self-educated. There are no electrons in any atomic nucleus. Boom. What is heart attack? Heart attack is the attack on the heart. What is blood pressure? Blood pressure is the pressure of blood. We shall name the planets after the Roman gods. Let's name this planet Uranus after the Greek god. Just leave it. ChatGPT gave up. Night sky on normal day. On any astronomical event. Who is smarter? Me or Einstein? Has won several Kahoots. Has never won a Kahoot in his life. Has a 100-day streak on Duolingo. Does not have a 100-day streak on Duolingo. Learned about E equals MC2 at 13. At 26. Solved a Rubik's Cube. Has never seen a Rubik's Cube. Today in first grade, one of my deaf students farted loudly in class and other students turned to look at them. The following is a conversation that happened entirely in American Sign Language among the group of deaf students and I. Kid 1. Why are they looking at me? Because they heard you fart. What do you mean? Hearing people can hear farts. Wait, they can all hear farts? Eventually there will be so many human beings that having an original thought will be equivalent to winning the lottery. You appear to have submitted a common or unoriginal thought. As such, it has been automatically removed. P.S. Is this a praying mantis? Yes, don't do the deed with it. It will eat you after. Good call. It was looking at me all seductive like. That's how they get you. The dopest thing about horses is that they're basically grass engines. Like, grass goes in, fast comes out. Most things that produce fast, like cheetahs and cars, use much more heavily processed grass, like horses and oil. And yet here horses are producing the fast with only the grass. Are you okay? You know what's really odd? Numbers not divisible by 2. That joke was so bad I can't even. The sun. Visible fusion. I'm studying biotech and every time someone brings up mushrooms, our current professor will look extremely excited or pained and go, listen, mushrooms are neither plants nor animals nor something in between. They elude all attempts to categorize them. We do not know what they are. Some are immortal. Some produce life-saving substances. Some are so closely related to humans that eating them may cause an allergic reaction against your own body. I can't teach you about the mushrooms. Teen who injected himself with crushed butterfly spent 7 agonizing days in the hospital before he passed away. Why would you do this? Thank you for testing this out on yourself so present and future generations know what happens. Low pay, insane pressure, academic PhDs. Did you just take both pills? Problems in physics books be like how I look at my lab partner after I realize I gave him the wrong flask. He already poured its contents into the highly explosive substance we're working with. Squid Game Season 2 was so good. Oh my. If great scientists had logos. Newton's one is really cool. It's just simple. Oh, you meant that literally? In the 1880s, the director of the Harvard Observatory was often frustrated with his staff and supposedly said, my Scottish maid could do better. So he decided to hire her. Williamina Fleming ran a team for decades, classified thousands of stars, and discovered white dwarfs and the Horsehead Nebula. The sciences, in brief: geology, lick the rock; psychology, brainception; genetics, Punnett squares and percentages; chemistry, what is water; biology, no math for the love of God; physics, astronomy. I'm not reading I hated physics.